Are you thinking about moving to Northern Virginia? Well, then you have found the right channel. I am your Northern Virginia real estate expert. Before I get started, are you going to subscribe to my channel?
Yes!
Are you gonna call or text me if you're thinking about buying a home in Northern Virginia at the number below?
Yes!
Great, well, let's get right into the video. As always, again, my name is Chris Colgan with EXP Realty, powered by Place. At this channel, we talk about all things Northern Virginia and DC area related. And if you are thinking about moving here, definitely, like I said in the intro, shoot me a text at the number below. I'd love to chat with you. You can also search at the bottom in the description. I'll post a link to my website where you can see all the houses for sale in the area and shoot me a message directly from my website. But enough with the intro. Today, I'm gonna talk about 5 of my favorite suburbs of Northern Virginia. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't want like the city living or the condo living, and you want to kind of be somewhere a little bit further out. You don't mind a commute, or maybe even you're working from home, which most people are, like I am right now. You can tell by my crazy background here. So let's get right into it. So my number 1 suburb from Northern Virginia is going to be a town called Bristow, Virginia. I've shot a couple videos on this neighborhood. Here's what I like about it. It's not too terribly far from Washington, DC. It's about 30 miles away. I'd say about 30 to 35 miles away. And what you can actually do is, if you commute, say, into the Pentagon or maybe into DC, you can actually hop on what's called the VRE train. And that stop is gonna be located right at the Manassas Airport, which is right next to Bristow. Bristow has some really great neighborhoods, like one of them's Braemar, Victory Lakes. There's another one, Foxborough is another great one, Kingsbrook, New Bristow Village. I can show you any of those. But what I really like about it is there is plenty to do. You can go right out to Manassas, where there's all kinds of stuff like Old Town Manassas, Two Silos Brewing, or you can shoot up into Gainesville, which also has a ton of shopping and like the movie theater and all that. And also there's a ton of jobs in the Bristow area. A lot of like people that work at the Manassas Airport, or like a Micron or a Lockheed Martin, have moved into the Bristow area over the year. It definitely grew a lot where it kind of started to touch. For a townhouse in that area, you're probably looking anywhere from like 400,000 to 500,000, and then a single families usually start around 600,000 all the way up to 800 to 900,000. This is gonna be your typical colonial style home on like 1/3 of an acre or smaller, but really popular neighborhoods with tons of amenities. So that would definitely be one of my number 1 best suburbs from Northern Virginia. All right, so let's say you don't really mind a commute and you're looking for more of that like small town feel, that old Virginia charm feel. Another town that I would recommend would be Culpeper. Now the prices here are gonna be a lot cheaper because the distance from the Washington, DC area is pretty far, probably over 60 miles, and actually plenty of people have moved out there due to the affordability and the nice like feel, like the nice small town feel. You're not gonna get a lot of the big shopping though there. They do have a lot of like the box stores, you know, the traditional like Buffalo Wild Wings, Chick-fil-A, my favorite, stuff like that. But you can see on the map here, this place is pretty far from Northern Virginia, but if you're working from home, it's not a big deal. One of the things that I like about it is it's pretty close, about a 30-minute drive to Lake Anna, and then it's about 45 minutes to Gainesville or Manassas, another hour to Leesburg. So if you have a job maybe in the Leesburg area, the Ashburn area, at a data center or one of the big companies like Microsoft out there, you could certainly commute from Culpeper into that area. I would not though recommend commuting from Culpeper all the way into Arlington or DC. The highways there could get pretty backed up. There is no really sort of public transportation that you could find out that way. Very beautiful area, like kind of like a country, like farm feel for sure, but like the commute from there to Arlington, you're talking like an hour and 15 minutes with no traffic. There is a road there called 29 that goes through Warrenton, Virginia, and the traffic there can really get backed up. They fought a lot of like the sprawling out there as far as new roads and all that. They like to have that country feel, but it is a really nice, it's constantly like named the top small town in Virginia, like looks wise, arts wise, and all that, but just a great town that I also have done a more in-depth video on, and I will put the link in the description below for that as well. But Culpeper would be my number 2 best suburb to move out of from Northern Virginia. Number 3, if you want to stay like within Northern Virginia and Loudoun County, Leesburg, Virginia is one of my favorite towns. We have done a few videos on Leesburg growing up. We would go out there all the time. This is where you're going to find a lot of amazing wineries, breweries, plenty of shopping. You can just hop on the highway, take a short drive to Ashburn, Tyson's Corner, Dallas Airport. Prices there can get a little more steep. You know, you're talking like $500,000 to $700,000 for a townhouse, and then $700,000 plus for a single family. There are some older, smaller single families that you can get in the $500,000 to $600,000 range, but you're talking Loudoun County, which is one of the most richest counties in the United States of America. So the prices do go up there, but you can see from the map here, plenty of good like locations you can drive to. You can actually head west too and go further out to Winchester area and like take a nice drive out and take out the Luray Caverns, all kinds of different things to do out there. And like I've said before, Leesburg is honestly one of the better small towns. It's so beautiful. They're really well known before for having amazing outlet mall called Leesburg Outlet Mall, and that's a really popular tourist destination. One of my favorite wineries is called Quattro Goombas, which I never can say right, but they have some of the best pizza there. They're well known for that. And you'll see buses coming out there from DC all the time for people that go out there and check out the wine scene and the horse country scene out in Leesburg. Just simply a beautiful area. And there are plenty of jobs in Leesburg as well. A lot of people that live in Leesburg commute into DC, or maybe they commute into Arlington or Alexandria, McLean, Tyson's Corner area. I know that area well, so that's my top 3 suburb in Northern Virginia. So let's get into number 4, which would be where the legend himself lives, in the Haymarket area. Haymarket is definitely one of my favorite towns. When I grew up out here, there was hardly anything. I'm probably one of the few people that was born in Northern Virginia that actually lives out here. But the thing is with Haymarket, really nice small town feel. But you're so close to Route 66, you just hop on east and in 27 miles, you're in DC, and they just built these amazing hot lanes, which really has helped out the traffic problem we have had here as well. And again, I've mentioned that VRE train. You can hop down there, take a drive down to Manassas Airport, hop on the VRE train if you want to go that route, or you can just drive on 66 to the Vienna Metro station and hop on the Metro from there. Haymarket is really known too for gated golf course communities. 2 of my favorite, which I've also shot videos on, are going to be Piedmont and Dominion Valley. And every year they have this amazing festival called Haymarket Day, where people come from all over to come check it out. And the thing with like Haymarket Day, it's all these small businesses. They have a farmer's market every week as well. But just a really great town. I've said before too, the funny thing is, funny fact, this is actually where the Walt Disney Company was going to build a theme park, and it actually all fell apart. So Haymarket is definitely well known for that. But again, prices here, townhouse is going to run you anywhere from $400,000 to $600,000, and then single families are $600,000 plus. I've had a lot of clients through the years get job transferred from Haymarket or Leesburg, and then they end up coming back. They're like, you know what, I really liked the Haymarket area, the Gainesville area a lot, and I want to get there. All the schools are newer, but it's a really popular suburb for sure of Northern Virginia. But if you're thinking about buying in any of these areas, definitely let me know. And then number 5, again, getting pretty far out there, further down 66 West, a good destination for like the suburbs from here. A lot of people from the Midwest like this area. It's called Front Royal. Again though, it is pretty far out, but it's just a drive down 66. You're gonna go about another 25 miles past Haymarket, so it is pretty far from Washington, D.C. But this is where you're gonna find the single families with an acre or 2 and plenty of land. And the prices there are not that bad, like $300,000 to $400,000 to $500,000 for a single family. Now keep in mind, the one thing I will tell you with Front Royal is some of the houses there could be on the side of a mountain. Sometimes I'll have people call me and say, hey, I found this great deal on a house that's not too far. It's $400,000 in Front Royal. I tell them, I'm like, look, just take a drive out there, see what you think, and then they realize it's on the side of a mountain. Also in Front Royal, they do have, you know, the town of Front Royal, which is another great small town, but there's just not too much to do out there. One of my clients recently brought up a great point. They're like, you know, there's not many like medical or hospital things. They're a little bit older. And so I was like, you know, that really is a good point that I didn't think about before, but it's a really great small town, again, full of wineries, breweries, plenty to do out there. And you can see from the drone footage, just a very beautiful area. You got the Blue Ridge Mountains right behind you. So another popular area that a lot of people stay in for a long time and retire to. So those are my top 5 suburbs from Northern Virginia. If you have any questions, Definitely comment below, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any real estate needs, pretty much anywhere in the country, but especially here in Virginia, shoot me a text at the number below, and as always, I'll see you at the top or from the top.